Everyone, welcome to another 31 days of Halloween, and today I'm going to show you how to make this spooky Halloween scepter. And I decided to do this because I wanted an OTT witch cord, so I decided a magic old girl wand or a scepter was needed, and this is kind of what I came up with on a whim for SabotinCon. So what you're going to need is a pair of scissors, preferably fabric scissors, tacky spray, or tacky glue if you prefer that. I like the tacky spray better though. Some styrofoam pumpkins. I got these from Joann's, and I got the black one from last year, but the other ones are from this year, and there are tons of different pumpkins to pick from there, so just have fun with it. Pick whichever ones you like, or don't use pumpkins. If you don't like pumpkins, you can use whatever you want. Then I got some feather boa and 4 different 5/8 inch ribbons, and I got these for doing ribbon braiding. You can get as many or as little ribbons as you want depending on how you want to wrap your wooden rod. And then I got some crystally like ribbony stuff, and this is a drawer pull which I'm getting to put on the end, and I got that from Home Depot. Then this is also from Joann's, and it's some chunky glitter tulle. It comes in a bunch of different colors. I got some larger black tulle too for some larger bows, and some large lavender ribbon because I wanted to have it be a lavender and pink theme. Then tape, because you need lots of tape with the ribbon. So I started by making an X shape on one side of the wooden dowel, which is also what you need. I also didn't say that, but I got that wooden dowel at Home Depot. They have them at Joann's too. They're the same price, so either or, whichever place you want to go. I just checked both in case. So I kind of take the X and then I pull some over to make it even sized, and then I tape it down so that it doesn't move around, which I used a lot of tape on and off for this. Then I spray some tacky spray. The tacky spray is very sticky, so do not spray this on any of your work surfaces. Be really careful about where it flies. Turn off fans if you're doing it, or do it outside if you prefer. I just used a shoebox lid and it worked perfectly fine for me. And then you're going to start braiding your ribbon, which I had such a hard time. This took me hours to do, actually. Many retries and like pulling the ribbon off and putting it back. Basically, you just want to make a crisscross shape with all 4 ribbons, making sure that at least at one point in time all of the ribbons are on top. And it's just kind of a really complicated thing. I had a lot of hard times with it, but I will post the video to the girl that I was watching do it so that you can see that. And basically you're just going to wrap one ribbon one way, then pull the other one to match it on the other side. Sometimes you'll have to lift some of the ribbons to go. Here's a speed of kind of what I was doing once I got the hang of it. It does take a while, and there's a lot of times where I go back and forth trying to figure out what the hell I'm doing because I was so confused. And then I ended up running out of some of the ribbon colors, so I did spiral for the top part. And I really like the spiral look. It was a lot faster to do. It still is time consuming trying to get it matched up and cover all of the wooden dowel. If you don't want to do a ribbon wrap though, you can always paint it, cover it in glitter. You can always spray like tons of tacky glue all over it and then just like douse it in glitter, and it can be a glitter one, but the glitter will fall off on you. The paint on the other hand will stay a little bit better. I just really like the idea of having a ribbon. I think it makes it look fancy, and I just really like ribbons, and I had a ton laying around the house. So this is the finished look. The top part is braided, or at least I think it was the bottom part at that point. The bottom part is braided and the top is spiraled. And then I'm going to use a lavender ribbon in the center where the spiral and the braid meet, just to cover that up. And so next I take a drill and I just drilled into the styrofoam pumpkins. This isn't as complicated as you would think. Just be really careful and make sure you wear safety glasses, especially with the one with the beads, because those beads flew everywhere, and I'm so glad that I was wearing glasses while I was doing this. If you don't want to use a drill, you can just use like kind of like a craft knife and like carve into it. It takes a little bit longer, but it also works. So I made sure that all of the holes were large enough to fit. Originally I was going to use a smaller dowel and put that dowel, connect it with the larger one, but then I realized that I could just make the hole large enough for my large pumpkins, and then I just slid them onto it as soon as they were the right size and made sure that they all fit perfectly on it. It makes it a lot more sturdy to have the dowel going through the pumpkins than to have the pumpkins just sitting on top of it. They can't unglue and topple off at this point because they actually are part of the dowel, which is a very good idea if you're going to be taking this to a convention or a tea party where you know a lot of people will be handling it, or it'll be moving around and getting bumped a lot. So the top one needed to be a little bit larger, so I just made the hole a little bit larger and then slid it on, which drilling that one was a little bit harder because it had kind of like a hard shell on the outside of it. Some of them can be a bit hard. Just make sure that the ribbon's out of the way and then slide that one on, and make sure that they are all in place. See, they slide on pretty easily once you have the hole large enough. Then I just hot glue them all in place by sliding the larger ones up first on the pole so I could glue the bottom, and then sliding them all down to glue them to each other. Lots and lots of hot glue in this video, lots of it. So just hot gluing around the base, and then sometimes a little bit farther out too. Once they were all glued in place, I got some of that feather boa. I used half of the feather boa that I bought and attached it to the bottom of the pumpkin to kind of cover up that seam, as well as add a little bit of like fade into the dowel, because I figured it kind of looked harsh the way it was sitting there, and the feather boa made it look really clean and fun. Then I made a few bows, really simple, just hot glue a strip of ribbon together, then glue it in the center, and I glued those two together to make kind of like a wide bow, and made that kind of butterfly shape because I really like the way bows look when they look like little butterflies. And then cut the edges of the ribbon, made a tulle bow, and then kind of fanned that tulle out so that it looked like a flower, put the ribbon on it, and then tied some more tulle around to secure it. I am hot gluing it down, but tying it with a little bit of the tulle also makes it a lot more sturdy, so it's more attached than just glue and it can't pop off. Next, I used some of those purple glitter rhinestones on a strand, and I attached those to the top of the black pumpkin because I thought it looked a little plain. I attached a big black tulle bow and that little bat that you saw up there, the silver bat. Then I added some more of the purple glitter rhinestones to the bottom and around the bow just to add a little bit more bling. I didn't film that. I don't know why I didn't. I guess I just wasn't paying attention. But next I added some more of the rhinestones over the spiral white ribbon just to make it all come together, so the rhinestones were just everywhere. I just wanted lots of sparkle. I mean, I didn't have enough glitter, so had to add rhinestone sparkle. And this was really simple. You just hot glue on the back of each rhinestone and then secure it in place, and then cut all the excess rib. And here it is. It looks really nice, and I really liked all the extra rhinestones that I added. I had a little bit more, so I covered up the kind of lump that was going on in the back behind it. Then I took a smaller pumpkin and I made a giant hole in it and put it at the base of the dowel, and then I put some more glitter rhinestones there. I really liked the way that looked with the pumpkin. I felt like it was kind of empty when I originally just had rhinestones there, so I decided to put the pumpkin there. And then my boyfriend had previously put a screw into the bottom of it so I could screw the drawer pull onto it. If you want to do that, you just drill a hole using the drill bit and then hot glue or drill in the screw. I'm totally forgetting what I'm saying. But anyways, here it is. It's done. If you guys have any questions, I kind of just did whatever with it. That's why this tutorial is all over the place. But I hope you guys like it. See you later. Bye.